Alright, we are on the play. Love being on the play. Ugh. Man, some of these stands are awful. I guess we have to mulligan. If we have 2 lands, we're off to the races, but... I mean, I'll keep this. We don't even have that many forests left in our deck. This deck plays a total of 7 forests. I don't think we need that. And we will start with the humblest of beats. They are Death Touch beasts, or beats, though, so that's good. The good old Dryad Horror. Dryad Horrors conveniently do not get bounced by Thing in the Ice, so that's kind of cool. I don't think we're up against a Thing in the Ice deck, though. Dude, are we up against Bant Company again? All I faced is Bant Company. It's been kind of awful. I think my guy's just going to get Reflector Maged, but on the offhand chance that it doesn't, I'd rather block than get in 1 point of damage. Ooh, an Under the Light. So this would actually be the Bant Humans deck, which would be cool. Ramping right up. Might as well block. Pilgrim's Eye. Nice, so I can get an island. Seems good. If my opponent has a Thousand Tenant, Kozilek's return may not look great. But I should have actually played my Pilgrim's Eye and then played the island just so that if I hit a second blue source I could cast Eldritch Fiend. Thousand Tenant would be pretty good here. Oh, I'm gonna get him. Ooh, lolly, ladies and gentlemen. We are gonna have a good Kozilek's return. Heck yeah, I'll block that. Pilgrim's Eye is gonna die anyway. And next turn I can just hard cast the Wretched Gryff. And draw a card, notably. If I draw a land, I'll be able to hard cast the Eldritch Fiend. Ooh, Evolving Wilds. Opponent is racking up the clues. I almost don't want to cast this, but I might as well. Man, this has got to be one of the ugliest cards. Like, Wretched Gryff, that is absolutely wretched. Man, this Kozilek's return did serious work. And we don't have Spell Mastery for our Nissa's Pilgrimage, but I think we only have 2 forests left in our deck, so it really doesn't matter. Geez, another tracker? Now we just try and do some work with Herald, their Deep Fiend, and Wretched Gryff. So I think what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to wait for him to attack and potentially ambush the Thou's Lieutenant and tap down his remaining blockers. And hopefully he doesn't have a Jamoka's Command. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's a pretty good chance he has Jamoka's Command. Oh, Company. Pretty nice. Can potentially make the Thou's Lieutenant a lot bigger. Not big enough though, I'll still be able to gobble it up. Ooh, that was good. I do not have Delirium though, which is kind of annoying. One doesn't have anything with reach. I think I'm just going to cast the Nissa's Pilgrimage and the Gnarlwood Dryad. And try to... I mean... I have a... Oh, did I really only get one thing? Oh well. The reason for that is it's so easy, like, I have so many top decks that would make it so that I could turn on Ishkanah's Delirium, so... I don't really have anything else to do with my mana. So long as he doesn't have 2 Reflector Mages, I should be okay. But if he has a Jamoka's Command for my Elder Deep Fiend, it'd be bad news bears. Could be dead. My opponent can Jamoka's Command and crack a clue. Yeah, I'm dead. Brutal. Well, it wouldn't have mattered if I cast the Ishkanah or not, so there is that. And we are dead. Alright, so this is a pretty aggressive deck, so I think we need a little bit more defense. The Fiery Impulses, I think, are going to be useful. And then also, against the other company decks, are kind of like Dispel. Their collected companies and Jamoka's Commands are kind of a big deal. So I think I'm going to bring these in and then just take out the Pilgrimages. Kind of actually like the Pilgrimages though. I'm just wondering if I'm better off taking out like Vessel of Nascency. Probably just take out 2 of these Corrupted Grafstones and then 2 of the Pilgrimages. Keep all the lean stuff. And with that, we are on our way. And this is a great hand. Turn 1 Game Trail into Vessel. That's how we do it. Don't have a blue source, don't care. Our deck has like a fair number of sweepers, so you would kind of assume that a deck like Bant Company was a good matchup, but it like I have basically no other defensive elements for many turns until I cast Kozilek's Return. So like my Kozilek's Return was great that game, but I just needed to do more. Grapple with a Pass is always the one that you want to play last. Because it lets you like get anything out of your graveyard. Just making that mistake earlier in this series. One mana for a 3/3 Death Toucher is real good. That is no joke. It's also sweet that actually lives through Kozilek's Return. Another, you say? So I'm a little worried about Reflector Mage, so I'm just gonna say go. And I think if I cast this Grapple with the Pass, the thing I'm most likely to get back is just an island. So now we will definitely... This is perfect. So normally, our opponent would have priority and be able to play a land, but in this case, because the Thalia has a trigger that goes on the stack, we can just run this out before he gets a clue. That was great for us. Wow, and our opponent didn't even want to trade. That's crazy. Definitely gonna get an island. And now we can, dispel a collected company if it pops up. Or we can also grapple with the pass, get our other island back, and then we can sacrifice Pilgrim's Eye to Deep Fiend. We'll have 2 blue to be able to cast it. Ooh, Thalia. Thalia is a sweet card. Definitely the card that I was most excited about when I... Oh, whoops. Just literally tapped. There's only one thing that I could do wrong in tapping my mana, and I did it. LOL. Oh, I could also just get another Pilgrim's Eye, but I don't think that's really necessary. Oh, wait. He has a... He has a thing. So actually, in this situation, do I even want to cast the Deep Fiend? I think I do. I want to make it so that everything can attack. This is just such a big tempo play. I get to attack him for 11. That's kind of annoying. sort of feel like we need to actually start to close this game out. So I'm actually gonna get fairly aggressive here. Especially considering we have this Dispel to help protect us from anything going wrong. And, you know, we're like kind of out of gas. We sort of did our thing. The whole idea of this deck is to have what we just did be good enough. So I don't want to wait like forever to draw an Emrakul. 4, 7, 8. We can cast Emrakul and still have 1 mana available, or 2 mana once we play our land drop. And this is worth dispelling. And this is such a big tempo play. 1 mana for 4. Yes, please. Thousand Tenant Stain to block? Doesn't make any sense. That was an awful draw. I love it. Making my opponent jump block is my favorite form of card advantage. Another Coco. No Reflector Mages, so that's good. Ooh, so what's this do? Not quite enough. Can still swing with a bunch of stuff though. This is a lethal attack. He has to block. This game's looking pretty good for us. So Kozilek's return's nice insurance. It's not out of the question that our opponent just gets like Thalia to be 6 power. And I think this is a good opportunity to fire this off. I would just like to deny my opponent the clue he's undoubtedly going to get. And I mean, I lose my Pilgrim's Eye, that's fine. It's a nice little 2-for-1. Ooh, that could be good. Oh, that is good. That's the stuff. Even after casting Gather the Pack, we can cast both of these? Wow. Since we've got 2, we might as well fire off 1. Now our opponent just has stone, nothing. And after game 1, we have reclaimed our honor. So let's play Reflector Mage and bounce the Gnarlwood Dryad. And then fire off this Dramoka's command. And we're done. It is really fun to take your opponent's turn, I'm not gonna lie. And on to the next one. Man, I kind of wish this deck just had more things that could win. I mean, it's really... Like, I mean, I don't even want to count Wretched Gryff. It's really just these 6 cards. Kind of crazy. So we're on the draw, and this hand's pretty slow. We could easily get just completely run over. If we had something like a Kozilek's return, it would make this hand a lot better. But I think it's just too... It just doesn't do anything, and it's slow. This hand's not a whole lot better, but... So at least we have something that impacts the board, and Kozilek's return's been... Definitely put that on the bottom of the library. Kozilek's return is like something that can do quite a bit of work. It would be really nice if we had a mountain instead of a basic island, but this is the life we live. Now, I'd certainly be a little afraid about just getting run over here. Ooh, we're up against the double Evolving Wilds hand. Alright, that was a nice top deck. Gets to grease gears a little bit. The one card that I can. And this means that our opponent's going to be kind of inclined to interact with our Pilgrim's Eye somehow, whether with a Collected Company or a... Wow, nothing? Our opponent's hand is awful. What is this guy doing? Ooh, so... Kind of need a mountain and an island. I feel like there's a good chance our opponent potentially Reflector Mage is our guy. The only thing he can do immediately is Reflector Mage it. If he Reflector Mages it, then we can get the island, or get the mountain. Doesn't Reflector Mage it, then Elder Deep Fiend just by itself should be pretty decent, I think. This really is a tough call, though. I'm gonna go with the island. It could be wrong. I don't know. I mean, I've got 3 red cards in my hand. Yeah, that's fine. Griff Spoon. Really? Does block my my guy. So I'm a little concerned about my opponent just firing off a Collected Company here, and just bouncing my Elder Deep Fiend. That would be pretty bad. But yeah, I mean, there's no way my opponent keeps a hand this slow that doesn't have Collected Company in it. So I'm gonna just wait to see what he does. So if that's the case, then I can probably play my Elder Deep Fiend and just kill this guy. Or he didn't crack his clue. So, I mean, if he wanted to use Dromoka's command, he sort of missed his opportunity. I'm doing this inside of combat, so that mana is not going to be available for his second main phase. So I'm still kind of sweating, like, Reflector Mage, but now I'm going to be able to untap and have my mana open for a, Collected Company. Ooh, that's good. I think that I'll get this one. Having it be untapped seems kind of nice. And my life total is not really in peril, so... And that's fine. Could have waited on that, but I don't know. Want to just send a message, just fire it off. So the bad news is we can't really do anything. The good news is our opponent isn't really doing anything either. He's cracking clues, which is annoying. We have 6 card types, so Emrakul only costs 7 mana, which is really good. If our opponent plays a Thou's Lieutenant, I'm most certainly going to fire off a Kozilek's Return with any such triggers on the stack. And it's probably a good time to just fire this off. Just want to keep the board clean. Especially since I'm not really doing anything. Man, my opponent cracks a lot of clues. So... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If I draw a land, I could cast the Elder Deep Fiend, but I can just cast the Gryff. So, and then wipe the board. Ooh, Emrakul. Oh wait, no, I gotta play this. Let me play it. No. Shoot. Man, the creatures just never really end with this deck. Really goes to show you how important it is to be able to not just like answer your opponent's stuff once, but then have like some sort of clock to close out the game. Oh, I got Spell Mastery. That was some sort of oversight, and I had 6 card types in my graveyard, but didn't have Spell Mastery. I would have been like insanely embarrassed. I already make enough mistakes on the stream. Don't need to make more. So next turn we get to cast Emrakul, and I have to imagine that's likely going to be scoop time for our opponent. So here, it looks like our opponent has access to Collected Company. 3, 6. But we can cast Emrakul, and I think we're going to do that. Our opponent does not have mana open for Summary Dismissal, so we don't have to worry about that. Our opponent might just scoop here. Let's see. Wow, our opponent just has nothing. Jeez. So 4, 7, 4, 7. So I can play this for no value. And then run this into Emrakul. And it's probably game. Would like run off a Reflector Mage, I guess, to pretend he has a chance. But yeah, I think this is drawing dead. It's going to take a lot more than a Gryff Spoon to block my Emrakul. Yeah, unfortunately, Emrakul has Trample. And I can just cast this Kozilek's Return and wipe his board. Alright.